In a galaxy filled with Star Wars stories, one show stands above the rest. Andor isn't just another Star Wars series, it's the best Star Wars content we've seen since the original trilogy. Today I'm going to break down why this show is a masterpiece. I'm Vactor, and welcome to Trust in the Force. Andor tells the story of Cassian Andor, a man trying to survive in the gritty underbelly of the galaxy. This isn't just about Jedi, lightsabers, or even the Force. This is about the people, ordinary people who rise to do extraordinary things. From the very first moments of the show, it's clear this isn't your typical Star Wars. It's raw, it's grounded, and it's breathtakingly real. With Tony Gilroy at the helm, Andor delivers a unique voice in the Star Wars universe. Gilroy's focus on characters and storytelling shines through, creating a series that feels mature, layered, and deeply engaging. Now, I've heard a lot of talk about how the first arc is boring, it drags, and it lost people's interest, but I'm here to tell you this is a masterclass in storytelling. Episode 1 starts with a bang. Cassian's search for his sister leads to a deadly confrontation with two corporate officers. This scene sets the tone for the entire series. High stakes, moral ambiguity, and a sense of danger around every corner. In episode 2, the tension builds. We see Cassian on the run trying to stay one step ahead of corporate security forces. But what makes this episode so compelling is the world building. Ferrix feels alive with its gritty streets, layered characters, and a sense of community. From Marva to Bix, these aren't just side characters, they're integral to Cassian's story. And then in episode 3, you get the payoff. Enter Stellan Skarsgård's Luthien Rial, a mysterious figure who sees the potential in Cassian. Their confrontation is electric, filled with tension and purpose, and the final moments are explosive. It's the perfect culmination of everything the first 2 episodes set up. Like I said, I've heard from people that, this is too slow, it doesn't feel like Star Wars to me, and I get it. Andor takes its time. It doesn't rely on action-packed battles or familiar Star Wars tropes to hook you in. Instead, it builds a foundation. The first 2 episodes are like a slow burn, setting up the pieces on the board. But trust me, it all pays off. This is intentional storytelling designed to immerse you in the world and makes you feel the weight of every choice, every sacrifice. And to those who are saying it doesn't feel like Star Wars, that is the point. That's what makes it so special. Andor proves that Star Wars doesn't have to stick to the same formula. It expands what Star Wars can be. It's still about hope, rebellion, and the fight for freedom, but it tells that story in a way that's fresh, grounded, and deeply human. Rebellion isn't just a heroic act. It's messy, personal, and often painful. Andor dives into the moral complexities of fighting for freedom in a way that we've never seen before. Earlier, I talked about the world building. Ferrix feels like a real place. It doesn't feel like a green screen. It doesn't feel like a set. It's a background character. It's a sound that tells the story. It's a galaxy far, far away, but it feels like your backyard. Diego Luna gives a career-best performance here as Cassian Andor. He's flawed, relatable, and utterly compelling. He gets backed by a phenomenal supporting cast, from Fiona Shaw's Marva to Adria Arjona's Bix, and of course, Stellan Skarsgård's enigmatic Luthien. And what really is the secret sauce? Andor proves that with the right creative people involved, you can make something great. It has nothing to do with being Disney Star Wars. Tony Gilroy and his team show that Star Wars isn't about who owns it, but about the passion, the care, and the vision that goes into telling these stories. Many dismiss Disney's Star Wars as incapable of delivering something worthwhile, but Andor shatters that narrative. In the end, Andor reminds us what Star Wars is really about: hope. But it does so without relying on nostalgia or fan service. It's not about lightsabers or Skywalkers. It's about the everyday people who rise up to make a difference. It's about rebellion, sacrifice, and the spark that starts a fire. This isn't just the best Disney-era Star Wars, it is the best Star Wars we've seen since the original trilogy. If you've been waiting for Star Wars to recapture its magic, then all you gotta do is watch Andor. It's bold, it's brilliant, and it's everything Star Wars should be. Go watch those first 3 episodes and let me know in the comments what you think. Do you agree that Andor is the best Star Wars content since the originals? I want to talk about it here on Trust in the Force, and as always, we would be honored if you would join us.
Trust in the Force.
trust